Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor. I'm out here with my dogs. A few of you have asked for a tour of my garden, such as it is. I'm not the world's best gardener. I do enjoy it, but well, we'll see what we've got here. So these hollyhocks are adorning my garage. Honestly, I don't really know how they got there. I might have planted them at some point, but they might have just grown there. We have a lot of volunteer plants in my yard because I found over the years that the deer eat a lot of what I plant. So I tend to allow things to grow that want to grow. And here's one of my little garden beds that I did. This bush actually used to be a tiny little thing outside of the back door where the dogs did their business. Hey Siva! Siva! I got a rogue dog. Siva, come here. Hey, Sieves. Siva, come on, girl. Siva, come on. Come on. Siva, come here. Siva's nervous. I think Benny's making her nervous. Let me see if I can fetch her. Come on, girl. You'd come, wouldn't you, Benny? You'd run away. Siva, come on. Come on. Come on, dog. Let's have a walk. Siva's our oldest dog. Come on, girl. Let's go. Come join me. So, now Benny's jealous. Come on, Siva. So in any case, this bush used to be by the back door. I moved it here, and now it loves it. I've got some, I guess it's salvia. I've got a lot of beard's tongue that I put in, a rose bush, bee balm, some, I guess it's lungwort, and I've had pretty good luck with peonies. Actually, these peonies are an interesting story because my neighbor had peonies. They moved into the house and all they did was mow them under. And so I asked, could I have your peonies and put them in my yard? And they said yes, so I dug them up and put them in my yard. And we have some yarrow. I got some of this from a friend, some more bee balm, and we're trying to make a hedge. It's a bit of an uphill climb because again we have deer. I don't want my yard fenced in because I want the wildlife to feel welcome. And of course sometimes the plants don't welcome the wildlife. But Siva, come on! Siva, let's go! Come on, girl. Siva, come on! Siva! You're so undisciplined. What's up with you? Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. She probably wants me to throw a tennis ball. One thing I did was I planted some milkweed because, as we all know, monarch butterflies really need this plant. So I have kind of a bed of it here, and I sort of try to keep it contained, but it likes to grow here. So, and again, we have more bee balm. Got some nice sedum. This autumn joy is going to be awesome in about 6 weeks. And some veronica. Let's see here, what else? Some kind of daisy. I forget a lot of the names of these plants. Lamb's ears, some more sedum, and I think some lavender. Come on, Sieves, let's go. Siva, what are you doing? Hey, Siva. So you can tell our yard's nice and big. It does take a lot of mowing. We've got a nice fire pit out here that we actually got during the pandemic. And we use it especially in spring and fall. Come on, girl, let's go. Siva. Siva. Hey, Sieves. I don't know what she's doing. This is just our wood pile. It's pretty messy. Come on, Siva, let's go. Come on. Boy, I'm going to have to let her inside. All right, I let Siva inside. Got some volunteer mint. I've heard that it keeps down the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are kind of bad in this area. Some volunteer sunflowers. They kind of pop up all over. I used to have a vegetable garden here, but it's so much work that I've had a hard time keeping up with it. So I have this ambition of turning my yard into a park. And like I say, the deer, they like to eat the trees. And sometimes it's hard to keep them growing. So we got a lot of small ones, but we've got black spruce trees. It's a nice perennial rose bush there. Black Hill spruce. We have some Colorado blue spruce, which is this one. And the ash trees, got some baby ash trees. They're going to be an issue because unfortunately the emerald ash borer is making its way here. Eastern red cedar does really well though. This is a volunteer plant. Here's another spruce tree. I've put in lots of spruce trees. This is, I think it's a white pine right here that I've put in. And you can kind of see I'm trying to make a border here. A lot of our neighbors' yards are just sort of barren. There's a farm field behind us. There's some more rose bushes, struggling a little bit. And then I think this is a silver maple, not positive. Here's another ash tree trying to grow. And then we have these Siberian elms, and some people consider them junk trees. There's a dwarf Alberta spruce. But when it comes to the elm trees, they actually want to grow. And sometimes it's the only thing that will sort of populate the yard. So I tend to let them grow on the edge of the yard where they want to. It's the same with this kind of tree we have called amber maple. And I put in a couple apples. So this year I think the wind blew this poor baby down, but the rest of the branches are still doing okay. Oh, by the way, I have an apricot tree back there in the middle, and I had a pretty decent harvest of apricots this year. There's another spruce. Plenty of spruce trees. It'll be nice when they actually grow. Another rose bush. I put in this, I think it's a kind of like a European elm or something like that. That one we just put in, and I've been trying to grow some shrubs. I'm just trying to grow whatever will grow. This tree, this has happened to a lot of our trees. Like last year was a lot of drought, and they just didn't take off. If I burn them though, it tends to do pretty good. Sometimes I have to spray stinky stuff on the plants to keep the deer away. And I was told you have to have 2 apple trees of different varieties to get them to fertilize each other. This bush is doing pretty good. I think it's a viburnum. I'm not sure. It might be a dogwood. That's been there for a little while. There's another pine. And here's another tree that the deer got to. Like I said, I try to keep them sprayed. This is a cedar and another pine, a mugo pine shrub, another eastern red cedar. And my son really enjoys coming back here. He likes to transplant trees, so he's put in a few of these baby maples in the hopes that they'll grow. And back here we have a lot of elms. So we've had this opportunity to kind of make a ridge to block off the corn patch back there. We have some daylilies growing. And so this whole area now back here is turning out kind of nice because we have actual shade. This is the western exposure. And just because all of these elm trees, these Siberian elms, are willing to grow, we're having a little more luck now, having more of a park-like atmosphere. So here's another pine I put in, and elms. This one passed, but we can use that in the fire pit. And more spruce trees, ponderosa pine. That's one my son likes a lot. Let me see if I can find one up here. Again, the deer aren't kind, but this one has kind of managed to recover. It's a fun looking tree a couple years ago. The deer got to it, but now it's actually looking pretty happy, even if it is a little, shall we say, disabled. So that gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here. It's a nice big yard. It's a lot to maintain, but I really enjoy the work and the greenery. I don't enjoy the mosquitoes. We have this patch of cottonwoods here. Again, my strategy being, if it'll grow, I'm going to let it grow, and we'll probably have to prune some of these out. But for now, I really enjoy having this grove. It's like a cottonwood tree grove right here with a walnut tree in the middle. Very, very old walnut tree that's seen worse days, seen better days. And this red cedar was just a tiny little thing a few years back, and it is thriving. They seem to do really well in this country, so that's great. Another walnut and an ash tree, which may or may not make it very long because of the emerald ash borer. But then we come back to our little grove up here with the bed that I put in there And one of the plants that I neglected to mention, which I ought to do more with, but I actually have a boxwood here. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of our backyard. We'll end up with this volunteer locust tree that I just love, and it started from seed and it's doing really well, and that's what we'll hope for all the rest of the trees lining the edge of the yard. So thank you, and we'll talk soon. Ciao!